Radio check on 50.
Affirm. Radio check on 50. That is a radio check. It is not a check-in. It is not a um, click to see if it's working. It is a standard radio check, just like we do off our PCCs for preparation for an operation or an FTX. We have PCCs for our person. We have, call them VCCs. Okay, vehicle combat checks, whatever you want to fucking call it. It's a radio check on frequency 50. So if you're Vic 1, Vic 2, Vic 3, etc., you're going to utilize that call sign and request a radio check on frequency 50. The questions on how a radio check works from a vehicle.
Negative.
Okay. Paul, you good with that?
Yeah.
Webb, you good with that?
Affirm.
Cyrus, you good with that?
Affirm.
Pike, you good with that?
Always.
Affirm. All right. Now, there is a possibility you may be requested to check in on a radio net. If that happens, then yes, you are going to check in. At that point, you're going to say whatever your VIC number is, checking in. Should only fucking check in though if somebody has told you to do so. That may be because the convoy commander, who's oftentimes the task force commander, has needs to make sure all vehicles are ready to roll. If that's the case, then yes, go ahead and do the check-in. In our VICs, we preferably have the gunner doing the radio, since the driver is going to be concentrating on keeping that vehicle on the road. If not able to, then the driver is going to be the one that has to handle the radio and drive. So it is good practice to be able to do both. All of our radios on the vehicle are done on the long-range radio system. Is everyone clear on how to set a long-range radio?
Negative.
Actually, so...
All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and move over to the VIX, and we'll practicing their long-range radio.
Sergeant Stephen.
Send it.
Before we step off, we might just want to work out what's happening with CLS too, because we have no AGs.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll get that figured out before we step off.
Yep, no worries.
Webb, Falk, and Pike, go ahead and jump in the gunner seats. Alright, from the gunner seat, go ahead and click Alt-P on your keyboard. That should bring up a long-range radio setup. Do you guys all see that?
Affirm. Affirm. Stevens, this is task going through 1. Be advised, I'm switching 3-1 to 5-0 to listen to their Vic radio.
Copy. On your long-range radio, it should say channel 1 and you'll have a frequency set on that channel. First thing you're going to do is clear that frequency. Hit the bottom left-hand corner button and use CLR. After you clear it, you're going to type in 3-1 using your numbers on your keyboard.
Correction, type in 50.
Oh, sorry. Correction, 50, sorry. Type in 50. That is your vehicle convoy net. After you type in 50, you're going to hit the FREQ button on the top right. That sets the frequency. If you have set your radios properly, you should be hearing me now on 50. Go ahead and initiate radio check. Starting with vehicle 1. To talk, correction, sorry guys, to talk on the long range radio, you're going to use, by default, should be your control and your caps lock key.
This is Phil checking in on frequency 50.
That is exactly wrong. That is exactly what I said not to do. So the proper radio check will be
Vehicle 1 requesting radio check on frequency 50. Go and try again.
This is Vehicle 1 requesting radio check on frequency 50.
Vehicle 1, this is Convoy Command. Have you Lima Charlie on 50. Over.
This is Vehicle 2 requesting a radio check on 50.
Break. Vehicle 1, you gotta finish your radio check.
This is Vehicle 1, copy that up.
This is Vehicle 2 requesting a radio check on 50. Oh.
Vehicle 2, this is Convoy Command. Have you Lima Charlie on 50. Over.
Rejet out.
This is Last Vic requesting radio check frequency 50. Over.
Last Vic, this is Convoy Command. Have you Lima Charlie on 50. Over.
Convoy Command, this is Last Vic. Solid copy out.
That is the proper radio check. He starts off with his vehicle identifier. He requests a radio check. Convoy Command or somebody else comes back with the radio check response. He completes it by saying he also hears me. Solid copy. Also using over and using out appropriately. All right, go ahead and dismount.
Rally up over here.
Oh, there you are.
Go and dismount. Can you not scroll wheel to get out?
I'm pressing get out. It's switching me from a seat to the gunner. Oh nope, it's still in the gunner.
Yeah, you're still in the gunner. Try
Can't
getting
drag
out
him
now.
out either.
There, I'm out.
Weird. Okay. Does anyone have questions about the radio check? Because that was pretty rough. I want to make sure everyone understands what has to happen on him.
Negative, Sergeant.
All right. So to complete the sand table, what we're gonna. Oh, well. First of all, sorry, we got one more piece on this. Or two more pieces. We have a lead Vic and we have a rear Vic, right? Generally, with Havoc 4, we're never going to be in lead or rear. The first Vic and the last Vic in a convoy are always going to be the ones coming over the convoy command net and saying when they're making left turns, making right turns. Or when they're, when we get an order to stop, they're going to identify, they're going to herringbone left. The last Vic is going to be the final one that's going to be calling that out. We don't need to have radio chatter from every other vehicle down the fucking line because it just becomes too much. When the first Vic and the last Vic have called in, we know everybody's made that left turn or that right turn. They've all stopped appropriately. For folks who are driving, you everyone know what a herringbone is?
Negative, Sergeant.
Okay. Herringbone is when vehicles will be pulled off to the side of the road in a diagonal fashion diagonal to the line of the road to cover the flanks. Now, this applies to all vehicles in the line. The first Vic is going to be covering the front sector. The last Vic is going to be covering the rear sector. The Vics on the flanks, or rather in the middle, are going to be covering the flanks wherever they've pulled off to. So if you've herringboned right, in your Vic, you're going to be covering the right flank of that road. If you're herringboned left, you're going to be covering the left flank of that road. Hardman, let's you and I. Oh, actually, we're going to be driving, so you guys are going to be gunning, so you're going to see how a herringbone looks anyway. And then finally, let's see here. What am I missing? Oh, spacing. We need to make sure that we keep our spacing while we're in a patrol to about 50 meters. We want to make sure we don't get too far ahead, too far behind. If you notice that the convoy is pulling away from us or we're pulling away from the vehicle behind, That's what we have that convoy net for. We need to make sure that we're speaking up. Say, third Vic, we're pulling away. We're about 150 meters behind or ahead of the fourth Vic. And that will clue that the lead Vic that they need to start slowing up, or clue convoy command that something needs to be adjusted in the speed. Yeah, I'm gonna say final thing one more time because this is probably not gonna be the final thing. I'm just running through all this shit really fast. Soft dismounts. So in a soft dismount scenario, it means that we pulled off, we've herringboned. Anytime we stop the vehicle, we should be soft dismounting, meaning that everybody other than the gunner is getting out of that vehicle. Even the driver can get out of the vehicle in a soft dismount if we're in a stop position for any length of time. The only time where that wouldn't apply is obviously if we're like walking the Vic through a town. In that case, obviously the driver needs to be in as well as the gunner. Go ahead, Sergeant.
Thanks, Dr. Stevens. Only comment I had is that technically, if the drivers are getting out too, that is a hard dismount, and then a full dismount is when the gunners get out as well.
Yeah, so I've only ever heard of it called a soft dismount or a full dismount. There is no in between. The driver can get out during a soft dismount. In any event. Yeah, I think that's all I really want to cover right now. The big things that I know are getting hammered on right now are our radio checks and making sure that our sectors are being covered when you're on those guns. Speaking of that, let's say we have a vehicle convoy of 6 vehicles. All right, so we have a vehicle in the front covering forward sector, vehicle in the back covering the rear sector. The second vehicle is covering the right flank or the left flank. Which way should the third vehicle be covering? Anyone?
The opposite.
Opposite, right?
Opposite. Fourth vehicle, opposite of the third. Fifth vehicle, opposite of the fourth. We just want to make sure that if you're on those guns, that you're paying attention to that gunner in front of you so that you're covering the opposite flank of wherever they are covering. Okay. Sergeant Harmon.
Thanks, Sergeant Stevens. The only comment I had is that in a convoy such as this, when we've got only 3 Vics, obviously front and rear are a little self-explanatory. Situational awareness is going to answer the question of where that odd man out needs to be looking. If we're moving on a convoy along a road and we know that our AO is to our right side, then probably need to watch the right. Or if the left is the ocean, probably don't need to watch that, for example. So if you're ever unsure, just lean on situational awareness to answer those questions for you for what's happening around you and what you need to do to cover those sectors.
That's a firm. The other piece of that goes into that is, let's say you're covering the left flank and we start getting shot at from the right. What does that gunner need to do? Anybody? Thoughts?
Maintain the sector.
Maintain a sector. That's right.
All right, hold up 1 second. Sorry, Sergeant Steven. All right. Sergeant Hartman, I know that you love speaking out and answering things, but shut the hell up and let everyone else answer. Everyone else, grow a pair of fucking balls and answer the goddamn question. If not, I'm going to choose who answers questions. Does that everyone understand?
Roger,
You're all
Sergeant.
smart people.
Hey, firm sergeant.
Roger that, Sergeant.
All right, so when would that maybe not apply when you need to break that sector and you need to start returning fire?
If, for example, if multiple contacts are approaching one sector and the possibility is clear that, the one vehicle cannot handle all of the contacts that are being thrown at them.
Yeah, that's called MET-TC, what you're talking about right there. That's perfect. Or situational awareness.
Hold up 1 second. Falk, I credit you for answering that, but let us remember our military decorum. That is Sergeant Stevens. Address him as such, please.
Roger that, Sergeant.
Thank you.
So, if the fucking situation warrants it, and you need to break that sector to return fire because we're being heavily engaged from one side, then do so. No one's going to shit their pants that you broke your sector if it means saving our vehicle from getting destroyed. All right. Any questions before we step off to go do a little range time here?
one question, Sergeant.
Send it.
This was not announced much in OSET, but does the gunner or the driver the one maintains communications between Vics?
Generally speaking, we prefer when the gunner does it because the driver's already got their hands full keeping the vehicle on the road. The gunner
we also
can keep
covered this before we stepped off.
So the gunner can keep their gun up, keep shooting, and talk on the radio at the same time. It's harder for the driver to do that and maintain the vehicle on the road.
Hey, friend.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Load up into VIX by teams. I want Specialist Webb, Specialist Cyrus, and Private Folk. I want you on your guns. Sergeant Harmon, go and grab first Vic. Corporal Pike, grab second Vic. Private Folk, you and I will be in the last Vic.
Got it.
Once you get in your Vics, go ahead and start radio checks again.
This is Vehicle 1 on 50, requesting radio check, over.
Vic 1, this is Convoy.
Shit, lead Vic.
Vic 1, this is Convoy Command, Heavy Lima Charlie on 50, over.
Convoy Command, this is Vic 1. Roger that. Out. This is Vehicle 2 requesting a radio check on 50.
Make sure you over.
Over.
Vehicle 2, this is Convoy Command, Heavy Lima Charlie on 50, over.
Read you loud and clear. Out.
Company Command, this is Last Vic, requesting radio check on frequency 50, over.
Last Vic, this is Convoy Command, Heavy Lima Charlie on 50, over.
Copy that. Out.
Convoy, we are moving out to the vehicle range to our direct east. Speed is going to be 30.
Alright, I'm moving out.
This is Lead Vic on 50, making right turn.
Wait.
Sorry?
Last Vic, making right turn.
This is Lead Vic on 50, making right turn. Over.
This is last Vic, making right turn.
This is Lead Vic, making left turn. Over.
This is Last Vic, making left turn, over.
Okay, when we get up here, I'm going to herringbone left, Cyrus.
All Vics, come online at the end of this range here.
I'm going to have to push out to the north, just let him know. Just to get out of these trees.
Hardman, are you talking down there? I can barely hear you.
Roger. This is Lead Vic, I've pulled off to the north just to get out from behind the trees.
Copy. All Vics, there are going to be targets out to the direct east and northeast. Go ahead and engage them at your leisure with those 50 calibers. I want you guys to
Get some good gun time here.
I can't see anything.
All Vics, I have thermal contacts bearing. Stand by. Stand by. I can't get a fucking bearings.
Stevens, you up on 3-1?
Yeah, it's a firm. For some reason, I can't get a fucking bearing on this command Vic's antenna.
Yeah, negative. Be
Sergeant
advised,
Stevens?
the markers on the map are correct for where the squads are put down.
A firm. Send it.
I'm not able to get bearing on this. It's stuck at 359.
So your bearings on your guns, you have to use your compass or a side panel if you have access to it, which I don't have
Cyrus,
anymore
can
for
you
some reason.
hear me? Cyrus, can you hear me?
Affirm.
All Vics,
Okay,
all
we got,
gunners, reference your maps. You'll see
contact
red
to
X's
bearing
on your maps to the east and
085.
northeast.
Squad
Those
on
gun
the face of a
arcs
hill
are
below the rocks.
infantry on the hillsides.
Got him.
Roger, got clear eyes.
Bearing
043.
Bearing 070. Go up into the right wall. It's not over. Okay, just disregard.
I can barely hear you.
Roger.
Yeah, I can't see anything at range.
Bearing 070.
Yeah, I don't know who's single firing, but make sure you're not doing that shit. You should fire those rounds first.
On target.
Reloading.
This is Tasco back on 3-1.
Up a little first.
Can't aim this gun worth shit on iron sights.
Yep.
Steven, this is Pike. Need to go off comms. 1 minute.
Stevens, what's the proper procedure if I can't see anything, but I can see where the tracers are going? Should where the tracers go?
If you can't see anything, then and you're we're constantly engaging enemy forces off tracers, yes, you can shoot into that direction. If nothing else, you're helping suppress.
Hey, bro, thank you.
Copy that from everyone over.
You live in Charlie.
So I'm having trouble getting my fucking vehicle range to work. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Best not to use it. I normally just keep the ranging at 100, then fire and adjust.
No, Nick, sorry, I'm referring to the range from the command antenna.
Oh.
Arjun, what's the status of those contacts? Engaging.
There's one left behind the white smoke.
Affirm. Due to the smoke, I'm unable to see.
Roger, go ahead and reorient out to bearing 047. 420 meters out on the face of the hill.
Say again the bearing?
429. Sorry, correction.
Hey.
049.
Can't hear you, man.
Cyrus bearing 049. to 052.
Affirm, checking. Got eyes.
I got no eyes on those targets, so they're moving left to right. Oh, never mind, they're moving back. Reloading.
Full range 443, direct front of the vehicle, small shack, multiple thermals.
Roger. Engaging.
Thermal contacts northeast near a large rock up on the ridge line.
Yep. I'm getting buzzed by a marksman, bearing 067 approximate. No eyes. Reloading.
Laris bearing 052. Range 320. We're rolling on the ground beside those rocks. It's that marksman.
052, roger.
Hardman, how are you getting your bearings? Because I'm not able to pull up a bearing on this fucking optic.
The answer is immersion braking, and the answer is Shacktack HUD. It gives you the range you're looking at above the room indicator down the bottom.
Hey, I used to have a side panel option. I'm not having that anymore. Any idea on that?
This is full commit in my right arm. Gonna keep firing for now.
I got nothing.
Roger, sorry, stand by.
That marksman is still up.
He was close, he was like 300 meters out.
Eyes on thermal contact, moving left to right, halfway down the hillside, getting range for you. Range is 284. He just went into a bush near trees.
Can you give me that bearing again?
Range is 284. Standby for bearing.
Bearing 050, Cyrus. 250 in that little cluster of trees. Bushes.
Got a bush off in front of me. I'm not able to see.
Roger, I just went down momentarily and back up. Got no eyes still.
Okay, by my best guess. Just Reference that smoke, Cyrus,
Black
just to the left of
smoke.
that.
Just to the left of the black smoke in the bushes. He's crawling on the ground. Left, left, left. In the open. Target in the open. Left.
Reloading.
No eyes.
Range is 280. Crawling towards us. He's kneeling now. Moving left to right to the bushes in front of the black smoke. Snipers in the rocks and bushes in front of the black smoke.
Range is 175 from lead Vic.
Roger.
198 from,
164.
from fault. He's coming up to the ridge line. He's now in defilade.
Hardman, this is Cyrus. He's in major defilade from us. We can't.
Yep.
I can't see shit on him.
Yep.
He has been the entire time.
If he's under 100 meters, should we get out? Or at least move the Vix? I don't like having someone that close that we can't see.
Yeah, eyes on contact left. Nature close. Nice job. Contact's down. Alright. Go ahead and hold fire. Dismount. We're gonna be engaging with mortars here.
This is Pike back on comms. Apologies for being gone so long.
Copy back on comms. Go ahead and set up your tubes. We're gonna be engaging with mortars to clear up this area. Team commanders, go ahead and call your own fire missions.
Go ahead and pull that back behind the Vic too, so it's got cover.
Roger.
Team commanders, you copy that? Calling your own fire missions.
Copy.
That's good.
Pike copies. Interrogative for these informal, correct?
Where did it? Oh, there it is. Wow, I couldn't see it.
Ooh, I am nervous.
Alright, fire mission. Bearing 086. Range 383. 2 times HE. Fire for effect.
Give me that range again.
383.
Roger.
Hardman.
Make sure you give me your read back.
Roger. Oh, there has to be a fucking faster way to do this.
Hardman, if you want me to, I'll move next to it.
So, how are you doing?
Just like eyeballing it on the fucking map.
Yeah, so you know how the grid squares are set up, right? On the map?
Yeah.
So you can get your range based upon that grid, right? So a 3-digit grid is 100 meters.
Right.
Okay. So you can start with that, get your range out, right? And then 083, you know, is close to 90. 90 is direct east.
Cyrus, fire mission.
Slightly north of direct east.
Bearing 64. Distance 553.
Distance 86. Direction 86. Distance 383.
How many rounds?
Times 83 fire effect.
Just give me 2, bring it right in towards us, like creeping towards us. They're moving in open.
Round complete. ETA 13 seconds.
Copy.
Splash, splash, splash.
Copy. Splash, splash, splash.
It's 2-1. Splash, splash, splash.
On target. Hit hits.
We're ready for fire mission.
Send it.
Bearing 061, range 490. Give me 2 rounds HE, spread them out slightly.
Okay, bearing 6 sections, bearing
Charlie Tube, splash, splash, splash.
range.
ETA is 24 seconds.
3 times 18.
Copy that. Next time, make sure you give me a read back before you send it.
Affirm.
Correct. See the tree line? Yeah, use that tree line.
Splash, splash, splash.
BDA, good hits on target. Looks like Charlie team beat us to that, but they were on target, so well done.
Or to that entire tree line.
Roger.
Sorry, brother.
It's all good.
Have to give you an exact.
Alright, stand by, I'll see if I can get you another one.
Hey, just give me the read back, which was 082 range. Range was 62. Actually, yeah, range 620. In the
I've got
tree
so many
line.
fucking trees over there, I can't see shit.
Range 60.
Yeah, I'm struggling to find anything.
So 082, range 620 in the tree line, 3 times HE, spreading it out. That's how your
Roger.
read back should go.
Read back. Bearing 082, range 620, spreading her out across the tree line. How many HE?
3 times.
3
3
times
times
HE.
HE.
Wait, fuck, it says I cannot fire. Let's see. Okay, now we're good, I believe. Alright,
Argument, I got an idea.
Fire away.
Yeah.
There's an open spot on the opposite side of these trees, nearby the Vic.
3 times
I could get there and you could use the Vic camera to get the targets.
Rounds complete.
Yeah, but I can't use the Vic camera to adjust for range. Like, I could tell you where it is from the Vic, but it'd be slightly out from where you are. I have to use vectors.
Well, at least it would at least allow you.
Range
to
is
see the
278,
thing.
2 times
You
HE.
can get out and try to locate via vectors.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see what happens. At the moment, there's just nothing out there. None of us are seeing anything.
Affirm.
Read back. Range is 278, bearing 8082.
Yeah.
2 times HE. Ready to fire.
Stand by, stand by. Make bearing 077, same distance.
What was the distance again? For now, I have.
Distance is 280, 2 times HE. Fire when ready, immediate suppression.
Roger, fire.
It's supposed to be 2 times HE.
Holy fuck, how did I forget that? Sorry. Rounds complete. Splash, splash, splash.
Increase range 10 meters, or make it 20 meters, and hit again 2 times HE. All team leads be advised to have multiple thermal contacts out on those hillsides again. Go ahead and engage them.
Good copy.
Roger, increased range, 20 meters, distance is 294, direction is bearing 075, let's see here.
077.
I got a squad 187 meters out. Yes.
Roger, ready to fire. Rounds complete, ETA 13 seconds. Splash, splash, splash.
Alright, it's fire mission.
Ready.
Do you see that? On the artillery computer, do you see that crossroads in front of us?
Increase range 20 meters, repeat.
Creep 5 rounds down the road.
Ready.
From the crossroads towards us.
Bearing 062, range 610 meters. Give me 3 rounds HE Spread out along
Don't
that
come
ridge
any
line.
closer than the break in the trees halfway up the next grid over.
Say direction is 062. Range is
Sorry, it's
610.
coming.
Affirm.
How many rounds?
Say again, ready to fire.
Can you hear me better now?
Affirm, going out. ETA will be 28 seconds.
Web, if you say that R word when you're not referring to repeating
Sorry,
a fire mission again on my net, you will be canceled.
Or the break of trees towards us, or the break of trees away from us.
That is
Stand
a
by, I'm
very
gonna have to go put
dangerous
eyes
word,
on them again.
especially for us.
Why I stopped halfway through when I realized I was saying it.
Sergeant Hardman, ready to fire
Splash,
on
splash.
Fire away.
Fire.
Cyrus district.
Rounds complete, ETA 13 seconds.
Affirm, Charlie 2, standing out.
Splash, splash, splash.
Falk, immediate fire mission, bearing 080, range 160, danger close, 2 times HE, spread it towards the beach.
Roger.
Range is 160, 160, danger close.
Roger. Um, 2 times HE bearing 080, distance is 160. 2 times HE, spreading across this breach, fire now. Rounds complete, ETA 14 seconds. Splash, splash, splash.
Good impacts, bring it in another, bring it into 100 meters, 100 meters.
Roger.
Danger close.
Correction, make that 120 meters, and danger close, A-firm.
Roger. Direction is 084, bearing, or distance is 120, 2 times HE, spreading across this beach, firing now.
Web, immediate suppression, repeat last fire mission.
Rounds complete, ETA 14 seconds. Splash, splash, splash.
Affirm, rounds going out.
XA.
ETA is 20 seconds.
Copy that, advise on splash.
Cyrus fire mission. Bearing 63, distance 557.
Splash, splash, splash. This is Charlie 2, that's 63557.
Disregard Bravo, just whacked him.
Perfect hits, Web. 100 over 100.
What the fuck? Hey, what's
Alright, guys. Go ahead and,
Yeah, copy that, Sergeant. Just keep in mind also this was a fucking firing range, right? Okay. We were all fucking facing the same direction for deliberate reasons.
Is that my fault for not like getting it from my cafeteria computer, or
Not,
someone else is supposed to do
not
that?
at all.
Okay.
Wrap it up. Over here.
That's down.
Go into the fire.
Pike that's down on the beach.
guys, we're wrapping up this
Drag
section
out.
here. Go ahead and hold cover, guys. Cover.
Or not.
I think Harmon just went down.
He did. I'm getting him.
Back up.
Oh, he's up.
Straight my life.
Go ahead and pull back the cover, guys. It's getting wrapped up right now.
Roger. Packing the tubes up.
Yeah, I fair pack him up.
Wrong bag. Oh, my bad.
Sorry.
Going to hop back into
Both
Vix
Charlie's
and then
back
take us back to base.
Roger.
Hardman,
All Vix, this is Convoy Command. Go and get us back on the road, back to base.
Lead Vic moving out.
Last week, Officer Mike. Back to base.
Lead Vic turning right.
Last week, turning right.
Lead Vic turning left.
Last week, turning left.
Lead Vic turning left.
Last week, turning left.
Tosco, anything I need to know that's changed?
Nope.
Affirm. You gonna brief, or should I?
Go ahead.
All right, affirm. All right, gentlemen, go and open up your maps and reference the airbase, Orion Air Base.
Eyes on.
All right, we're going to be stepping off from Orion Air Base and moving to the northwest to grid 068115. We'll see a lighthouse out there. Just to the north of that is a peninsula where Intel has reported a group of armed civilians, well, they're no longer civilians, armed militia, let's call them, have taken prisoner a wartime journalist in this area. They are holding this prisoner hostage and demands to be exchanged for captured fighters of their own. Obviously, we're not going to acquiesce to that. So we have been tasked with breaching that peninsula, eliminating defenses on it, and recovering the journalist, evacuating him back to Orion Air Base, where he will be then sent home to the U.S. for a nice long debrief. We will be taking vehicles from Orion Air Base. So stand by. I will mark our route here in just a moment. This area has been cleared. Bad time to go off comms. This area has been cleared and secured, so we're not expecting severely heavy resistance, but there is also the possibility of pockets of resistance en route. Questions?
Oh yeah, one Sergeant Stevens.
Send it.
Given we're running as 3 teams, I assume there's going to be a lot of back and forward comms chatter. Can we separate off 4-1 and have team nets for fire missions and then 4-1 for overall coordination?
I want to keep us all on 4-1. Fire missions are going to be held to ones called in either by myself or yourself. So we're gonna keep the fire missions coordinated since we're dealing with a very small AO.
Okay, no problem.
Sergeant Pasco.
Send it.
Has there been any change in TONE for the vehicles that we have in hand?
Other than it's 2 more than you initially wanted.
Copy. So we're gonna have 4 vehicles.
Yes, but 2 are unarmed. So once you're done with your initial convoying up, you can just discard them. It doesn't matter.
Copy. Okay. Copy. Will we be okay to discard the armed Vics at the lighthouse as well?
No, you cannot discard armed Vics.
Affirm.
If you want to keep the armed Vics, you have to stick with them. If you want me to switch them to unarmed, I can.
Negative. We'll go ahead and hold on to them.
Okay.
We'll have we're gonna have our who's gonna be driving? Who's gonna be driving? Okay. Folk, I want you in an unarmed Vic. And damn it. You know what? Actually, no, I do want unarmed.
I'll switch
because I want to be I want to be able to move us as a team on foot. Okay, any questions? Notice the last point on the map that I marked is a right. It's off-road towards the lighthouse. Just at that point, you know, whoever's in the lead Vic, find us the best path. That's following a power line, so you probably will be able to follow that up. The slope's not too steep or anything like that, so it's actually downhill from there to you anyway, so should be able to get good cover to the lighthouse, and then we will dismount at the lighthouse.
Sorry, Sergeant, one last question.
Send it.
What do you want to do about CLS? Do you just want squad leads to grab CLS?
Squad leads. Yep, affirm.
Roger that. I'll have to quickly do that, and then otherwise I'm good.
Oh, you know what? You know what? I'm sorry. You know what? I take that back. Cyrus and Harbin, can you switch to AG? And I want to run 2 teams.
Affirm, no problem.
Affirm.
Sergeant Stevens, would that make me part of a different team?
Negative. You're going to be running an Alpha. Pike will be running Bravo.
Roger.
See,
and Webby will be running Bravo.
The armed Vics, I'm just gonna get rid of the 2 armed Vics and leave you with 2.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. It's a very authoritative stance you have there, Sergeant Pasco.
Thank you.
He's using the fancy animations.
They're pretty feng shui. But
Immersions.
it's not an animation. This is just me putting my hands on my hips.
And scratching your head.
My hips don't lie, and it's hard to tell you why.
Oh boy.
It's very litty of him.
Oh my god.
I'm Merchant Birkin. Is that an allowed mod? Like, can I have that animations mod? Like, can I do that?
think it's a Zeus thing.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you can do it in Zeus.
There's an Ace animations mod that we used to use.
I forgot to grab extension.
Hot Mikey. All right. Once you guys get CLS, we will
Extended is
move
how
over
much
to
extra?
the airfield and then proceed on mission.
Hardman, this is Cyrus.
Yep.
Extended is how much more CLS?
I go to 5 epi, 5 morphine, and 2 blood bags.
Send it.
500 mils?
Can you push red?
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was.
Okay, Hardman's green.
Cyrus green.
Alright, so it's going to switch red, and then once you've done that, we will move out to the motor pool and grab the flagpole behind me.
Tosco?
Sergeant Hardman?
For reference, the red teleport flag will already take us to the motor pool. You didn't have to put one down.
I had no idea, but it was good to know.
I have a little network
Also-
of flags around the map, just so you know.
Also, do you know how to get out of these animations?
Yeah, put the ambient animation module on yourself again, and the first option is stop animation.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Oh, okay. Rip.
God damn it.
Yeah, good luck.
Well, I'm gonna be like this for the rest of the training.
Okay.
Good luck.
Have fun with that. Hardman's in apologies delay.
No problem. Bravo team, you'll be second Vic. Alpha will take first.
Hardman's in.
Webb's in.
Man, you could fit a couple whiskey barrels in the back.
Whatever happened to AGs being in charge of Vix?
He is an
Okay,
AG
fair
guy.
enough. Get out, I'll drive.
Just one that tells you what to do.
Lead Vic, this is last Vic, reading you 2 by 5. Send radio check again. Over.
I was happy to drive.
Lead Vic, this is last Vic. Still reading you 2 by 5, but we'll roll with it. Over. Lead Vic, this is last Vic. Reading you 3 by 5. Over. FM, I'll do that now.
This is Aries off comm 1 Mike.
Last calling signal.
This is Last Vic requesting radio check frequency 50 over.
Be advised that was Ares going off comms on 3-1.
Leave Vic, this is Last Vic. Still a copy out? Last Vic copies.
Ares back on comms.
Copy, Aries. Be advised, Havoc 4 is rolling.
Solid copy, Havoc 4, Ares out.
Last Vic left it. Last Vic right it.
Hey Pike.
Yo.
John, some good news for a long drive?
I can barely hear you.
Is that better?
Not really.
Is that better?
That's better.
Okay. Do you want some good news for a long drive?
Go for it.
Sergeant Alexander has been announced as 3-6.
Oh. Last Vic right there. That's it's not really a name I thought I'd hear.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I haven't worked with Alexander enough to really know whether it's a good thing or not, but
Oh, I assume it's all good because you know that's a company level appointment, so
yeah.
Company HQ are going to do the right thing.
It could certainly be worse choices. It's good to be driving a Humvee again. I miss Humvees.
Yeah.
When you're not getting shot at all the time, Molten's really pretty good.
Yeah. It's a wonderful part of the world to liberate to be our own. I mean, for the people of Malden. Yep.
Last Vic copies will follow you. Last Vic copies, we're getting some semi-hard cover behind the screen.
down.
Roger, this must be getting eyes on that guy. Got eyes. MG down, MG down.
Hi, how you guys doing?
We're good. We've dismounted. Humvee's taken some hits, maybe inoperable. I haven't checked.
Hey, firm, we're gonna bound up to the rocks here. We got good flanking position, and then we'll cover for you guys as you move up.
Copy that.
Reloading. I got one more guy, one more contact bearing 330, 330. He's done.
Back out our rear.
Take him back. Just sounds like there's one shooter up there somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
Alpha, move up to the rocks on me.
One contact behind the H barrier, whatever the fuck that is. Bearing 320.
Fuck, this is Cyrus. Move up.
Roger.
Bravo, this is Alpha, we're set, covering.
Bravo copies, we're gonna push up now.
Let's go, Bravo.
This is Falk, I got it.
Bravo set up in these rocks here with Alpha.
Got a target peeking his head up. Bearing 318.
Frag out.
Frag out.
Stevens, this is Pike. We're online with you.
Stevens is down, Stevens is down.
Motherfucker, I knew there was a guy behind that bunker.
Got one target.
Bravo,
bearing...
we are... Break. Bravo, we're not in a good position to move up. If you can move up to the Huskos, do so. And then once you're set, we'll move to you.
Bravo copies. We may have to pop smoke to get across there. There's a lot of open ground.
Do it.
Bravo copies.
Alright, popping smoke and we're gonna push the head.
Back up.
Hit a plume. Hey, bro, let's go.
Reloading.
One more target, bearing 310. Behind the two-story bunker. I'm suppressing him now.
Take the corner left. You see over this. Nice.
Cool, sandbag bunker on the outskirts here too.
Copy. Copy that, but next time, wait for everyone before you push in by yourself.
Alpha's gotta move, we're taking impacts to our position.
Copy that, Alpha. Be advised, the camera net bunker on the east side of the compact is clear.
Alpha, we're moving across the smoke, across the road.
I'm set on you.
Copy that.
Inside the little bear.
Concrete bunker up on top of the ridge, 250.
Eyes on bunker. I'm not seeing any thermal contacts up there.
Is this clear to our left in here, Webb?
Yes.
Hey,
As
fun.
far as I can see, I'm gonna swing around. Okay, ready?
Where the shit is that from?
I just shot fucking Stevens in the back.
Stevens is down. Getting his head.
Roger.
Copy Alpha.
Alpha leads down.
Come on, you, Hardman.
Copy, get CLS on him.
Misfire.
Hardman, ready to push across?
Yeah, hey, fun, let's go.
I'm terribly sorry about that.
Going. One set.
Yeah, that got me too.
Last set, pied out.
Going in. Going left.
Aries is having 4 on 3-1.
Got a building over there. Looks like
Pagan whip.
Got a building right across the
Aries is having 4 on 3-1.
Hey, fun.
Yep. Stack up, clear it out.
This is Bravo. We've cleared out the compound south side of the road. There's a building over here we're going to clear out. Once we've cleared this, everything will be clear on this side.
Yeah, I'm gonna pie this out.
Roger.
Alpha body checking.
Aries is having 4, be advised. We engaged a compound
Yeah,
on
it's
the
clear.
roadside before the peninsula and are pursuing the objectives.
Come back out.
Tag it.
Solid copy, Havoc 4. Interrogative, are you discarding your VIX time now?
Cyber 4, that's affirmative.
Good copy, Havoc.
Alpha check in, you're good.
This is Alpha, that's affirm, we're all good. I was checking in with Aries. Confirm that the far side of the compound's been cleared out.
Affirm. South side is clear.
Sergeant Stevens, this is
Go ahead, come on.
SARS.
Break. Go ahead and come online with me, with Alpha. Objective is out to the north on the peninsula. I do have eyes on at least one times bunker.
Copy that.
That's okay. Actually, I got eyes on secondary
Hi, can I push these rocks on our northeast?
on the end of the peninsula.
Yeah, we should be good.
Fuck,
In
I'm
the
not seeing what you're looking
peninsula
at.
next to the trees.
Roger. Motherfucker, that. Is that on top of the lighthouse? Roger.
Get both tubes up. Sorry, I need to get my tube up.
This is Bravo, do you want me to set up?
That's affirm. Get both tubes set up.
Got that. Wait on me.
Yeah, Roger.
I'll set up right here.
Is that good? Alright. How far up?
Pull it back a little bit away from the wall.
Mother.
Should be good.
Yeah.
Or carry it.
Roger.
There you go.
Not able to move it. It's not coming up with ace and rare.
How's that?
I got it.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
And, like, seriously, just take it all the way over to here. Away from the
Oh,
fucking
okay.
head.
Gotcha.
Take it.
Thank you.
Oh.
Sorry, my bad.
Contact in the lighthouse.
I got it. Shot.
Drop
I
the
just
one.
got buzz.
Really?
Tubes are set.
Contact just went down from the lighthouse main window. Okay, stand by for fire missions.
Standing by.
Fire mission bearing 007, range 967. One time HE, each tube will adjust.
I just had rounds come right at my face.
I'd say firm. It's from the lighthouse still.
Say again your range.
Range was 967.
Roger.
Target's either down or he's shifting to another level.
Read back. Bearing 008. Distance is 967. You said 2 times HE?
1 time HE from each tube. We'll adjust.
Roger. Ready to fire.
Fire.
Round complete. ETA 28 seconds.
Hartman, go ahead and make sure nothing's coming down that MSR on the west.
Roger.
Splash, splash, splash.
Splash, splash, splash.
West is clear as far as I can see.
Adjust west by 10 meters and repeat.
Roger. Adjusting west.
Copy that, Hartman. Just keep an eye on it from time to time. I don't want us to get snapped up on.
Read back. Direction 008. Distance 967. 1 times HE. Ready to fire.
Okay, break means stop fucking talking. New fire mission. Bearing 008. Fucking, you know what? Level the lighthouse. I want 4 times HE on the lighthouse.
I just saw that contact moving down the stairs out of the lighthouse.
4 times HE out of each tube.
Disregard. Fucking contact failed lighthouse.
Roger.
Oh, no, he's still in it. Halfway up.
Okay, then level the lighthouse. I want 4 times HE each tube.
Roger, ready to
It's
fire.
moving back up, just so I'm in the second floor.
Hey, firm. Round's going out.
Rounds complete. ETA 28 seconds.
Splash, splash, splash.
Splash, splash, splash.
On target. I just saw him get lit up. Nice shot.
There he goes.
New fire mission.
I got a bad fucking day.
New fire mission. Bearing 006. Range 955. 1 time HE each tube.
Roger.
Find the next target while they're calling that in.
Read back. Distance is 955. Direction 006. How many HE?
1 time each tube.
Roger. Firing. Round complete. Bearing 28 seconds.
Hey, Hardman, can you
Our
hear me
eyes
up
on
there?
the squad out at 018, but I'm worried about actually hitting
Hardman,
our,
can you hear me up
guy
there?
we're supposed to be rescuing.
Yep. I can use ours.
Interrogative.
Yes, ours, what's up?
Splash, splash.
Splash, splash, splash.
Splash, splash, splash.
It's inside the concrete walls. Did anybody check that?
Hang on, you moved away, I couldn't hear you. Say that again.
This building right there, it's inside the little roadblock. Did anybody clear that?
Adjust fire mission. Bring it 20 meters.
We
east
cleared
of
that
last
building out.
impacts. Fire again.
So y'all already did?
Yeah, we cleared it out before.
Read back.
Okay, I
Distance
didn't know, and
0957.
Break.
Direction.
Yeah, it's
Don't need to give me a full read
it's
back
marked
again.
up.
Just bring it 20 meters east of last.
Roger. Firing. Round complete. Bearing it for ETA 28 seconds.
Yeah, I can see him shooting. Have he hit you? Fucking hell.
Looks like there's an MG or something in that bunker based on those traces.
I didn't even hear a snap.
Splash, splash, splash.
Splash, splash, splash.
Oof.
On target, on target.
He should be dead.
Alright, MG went silent. Let's go ahead and pack it up. We're gonna start moving up. I do have contact. I do have thermal contacts on a rock, but it's starting to get close towards our objective. I want to make sure we are not endangering our friendly.
Mortar spec.
Oh, fucking target's still up at the goddamn bunker.
I was ready to go.
Alright, Bravo, we are going to bound. I want to get smoke and covering fire out. Bravo's going to bound first.
Copy that. 7 you're set.
Alpha set covering.
Copy that, Bravo. We're pushing up. Be advised, Alpha, there's not a lot of cover down here. It's very sporadic. Pop smoke.
I took a hit. I'm bandaging up.
Alright, if you can't, is the cover too sparse to move?
It's very sparse. Any further than here, and it's a long run.
Alright, hey firm, we're gonna step back up. We're gonna try to level this guy out.
Copy that. Bravo, hold position, get behind some hard cover. Just get your heads down.
We could push out to those rocks at our northwest.
Ready for fire mission.
Use your guys' best judgment on cover. Fire mission.
Be advised, MG's on the move.
Disregard. He's on the move. Yep, A firm.
I would take this opportunity to push out to that hard cover.
Do it.
We can push to the big rocks on our north pike.
Yeah, that's where we're going. Let's go.
Roger.
Alpha's moving behind.
Yeah, that would have been a kill zone had we not stopped.
Yeah.
Getting some more yellow smoke out there, guys.
Okay, Bravo, get eyes out.
Yep.
Got eyes on a single contact top of the hill going 009 just behind that bunker.
Copy 009. Behind the bunker we were originally gauging.
Yeah, A firm, he's standing dead still on top of the hill. Might be a marksman or a spotter or something.
Crossing, crossing, crossing.
Yeah, eyes on, eyes on. It's around 700 out.
Can I move up to that rock over there?
You want directly in front of us? Yeah.
Yeah. Moving.
Alright, I got thermal contacts, 2 in the rocks, and I have 1 to the left of the rocks. Can't get a good range on him. He might be our MG. May have shifted.
What's the
And
again?
I have another, looks like a fire team far out to 1-6. Alright. Bravo, you're gonna cover. Alpha's gonna bound to the rocks to R030, and then we'll cover from there.
Copy that. Bravo, you all set?
Weapon's good.
Stevens, I got contacts way in the distance, bearing 020. Right by bunker.
Copy, far out. Alpha is set and covering.
Copy that. Bravo is going to push directly north to this hard rock that's sticking out the ground ahead of us. Oh, this was dodgy. Okay, we're good.
We have eyes on squad bearing 20 stationary. Alpha, or correction, Bravo, go ahead and continue your bound. We'll go ahead and alternate bound up.
Copy that, we'll keep pushing towards the lighthouse.
Be advised, closest contacts are 0800, correction, 800 meters away at that rock formation, about halfway down the peninsula.
Copy. Yeah, we made a mess of this place. Right, go ahead, get set up, get some eyes out.
Should be to the east, I think.
Copy that. Web, let me know when you're set.
Web set.
Admin set.
Bravo set.
Copy, Alpha is bounding.
Alpha, be advised, looks like another big, open, flat space between us and the next piece of decent cover.
Copy, we'll come online with you and get bearings on next move here.
Targets.
Yeah,
Squad size formation. Yep, that's probably gone.
Squad 008 moving towards us.
Copy, confirm 008 moving towards us.
I just went behind a big ass stone. Looks like they might have spotted us, I'm not sure. They raised their guns and started moving towards cover.
Eyes on, set up guns, set up guns.
Roger.
Web on me. Excellent.
Steven, do you want me to put some 556 on them, or just let 60 take care of it?
Let's get the rounds out and then we'll engage.
Roger.
Hartman, get over here and plug up some of these gaps between the buildings.
Guns set, ready for fire mission.
Just get it a bit more secure.
Fire mission 007, range 460. Let's get 2 times HE each tube. Contact
Roger.
in the bunker. Going to engage 556 on that bunker.
Read back, direction 007, distance is 452. Ready for fire. 1 times HE.
Going fire. 1 times HE each tube.
Fire mission complete. 1 round out, bearing 28 seconds. Or ETA 28 seconds. Splash, splash, splash.
Direct hits. No eyes on the rest of that squad that was moving. I only saw the one guy.
Stevens, be advised, I see what looks like one of the members still in view of me, 008. The rest of his guys moved left behind the rocks, but he's still there, so they can't have moved far.
Hey, firm, if you got a better range on it, go ahead and send it up.
Fire mission. Bearing 008, range 560. 3 round HE, spread it out.
Reback 008 direction, distance 560. How many HE?
Give me 3 rounds HE, spread it west slightly, behind the defilade.
Roger, ready to fire.
Send it.
Routes complete, ETA 28 seconds.
Copy, advise on splash.
Splash, splash, splash.
Splash, splash, splash.
EDA?
It landed behind the defilade. I believe they're behind. I don't have eyes on actual BDA, but I guess we'll find out when we get there.
Hey, firm. Hardman, you see those two guys up on the rocks?
Negative.
Okay, disregard. One more fire mission. Actually, disregard that. I don't know how close that is to our hostage. There's I have 2 thermal contacts on rocks bearing 013, range 600. Ooh, whoever just shot that was a nice shot. Alright, pack it up. We're moving.
Copy.
Ready to move.
Oh, hang on.
Trying to take my stuff?
There we go.
I was ready to go.
I'm set.
Alpha set covering. Bravo's already moving.
Yeah, copy that, Alpha. I missed the call for banding. We'll continue pushing past you.
Hey, firm. Be advised, I do have thermal contacts bearing 023 behind defilade. Can't get good range on them. They are patrol. We're gonna have to bound up and engage them at this point with FS6.
Copy that.
This is an awkward bit of fucking cover.
It'd almost be best to move up to the next little pile of rocks. But
Set up fucking guy. Single
Yeah,
contact
push.
bearing 030 bunker. I think.
Yeah, eyes on thermal contact up there. Stand by range. Range is 723. Do not engage from here. Let us know when you're set.
Will do. We're pushing up to the next piece of decent cover.
Hey, firm.
Beginning to run very thin on the ground.
still can't really see shit. I'm gonna push up to this defilade and just lie down on it.
Copy that. Don't go too much farther. We're getting pretty far away at this point.
Yep, no, I'm literally just going here. I'm good, I'm set.
Copy. Web you set.
Web is set.
Bravo set. Alpha.
Copy. Alpha's moving up to you.
sure you guys have good ammo. And then we're gonna be continuing bound up. Yeah, could throw one more into my bag, would you? Cyrus, throw one in my bag. Oh yeah, that's right. So, I got it. All right, I got 2. All right.
Alpha set covering. Bravo going continue bound.
Copy that, we're pushing. Looks like it's a long run to the next bit of cover, and we'll be going into Death Lead.
Hey firm, I have thermal contact bearing 035, range 549 at that bunker. We've got a good shot from here, so once you guys are set, we're going to engage him before we bound up.
Fuck. Pull back.
Alpha, say, or correction, Bravo, say again.
Where be set?
What was set?
Bravo set.
Copy. Going to engage this bunker and then we'll bound up. Engage your time now. Enemy KIA at bunker. Alpha's moving.
Copy that. Bravo, keep an eye on that tree line. And this hill in front of us.
Happens once you get to the northeast.
Target, MG, bearing, 004.
Get smoke out. Get up to Death Wave.
Bravo has no eyes.
Roger,
Death
throwing
Lead.
yellow smoke.
No eyes on it.
Push to the other side.
Okay, keep pushing up hard cover.
Just had a contact bearing 002 in the trees up there.
Copy. Alpha's gonna grab hard cover up here and set cover.
There's not enough hard cover for the entire group.
No, you have fucking alternate boundary.
Alpha, be advised, cover is beginning to get very sparse and defolated. Suggest we regroup and push as one unit.
Copy, Alpha. We'll hold here. Go ahead and start pushing up as best you can.
Copy that, we'll regroup on you. We're struggling to get eyes on everything, so... We're back with you, Alpha.
Okay, use that. There's a bunker up here, right? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
All good?
Enemy on the other side of the
All
rocks,
good.
bearing 344.
Copy, 344. Alpha's gonna hold base of fire, Bravo. See if you can flake around to the right. When Alpha starts suppressing. Single shots, make sure.
Bravo, we're going to flank around the right hand side of this rock face at 340. Keep your eyes on
Let
the
us know
swivel.
when you're crossing.
Keep your heads on a swivel, we haven't cleared this tree line out.
Let us know when you're crossing into that field of fire so we can lift fire.
Will do. Alright, we're entering the field of fire.
Alpha's lifting fire. Alpha's shifting left to the rocks and moving up on you.
Spy, come back up.
Yeah, I got the took down the shooter. It's at 056.
Be advised, we've got danger close contacts directly north other side of these rocks. I was engaging one that when I got shot.
Roger, I can
Copy,
put a
we're
fire.
moving up online with you.
I see a
Dig it,
target
dig it.
literally directly behind that rock, 5 meters. Right fucking. Oh shit, that's. Whoa!
Make sure to PID your targets.
Roger.
Yeah, Yeah, the contact I was dealing with is down. Ooh!
Frag.
Goddamn. Where'd that fucking come from?
I don't know, but it fucked me up.
Oh, what the fuck? That should have killed me. Wow. Right here.
Check in.
044. Rocks.
Everyone's green.
Close. 20
Weapons
meters.
green, yellow, green.
Careful.
Web, I'll resupply you in a sec.
Sergeant Hartman, that guy's literally right behind that rock, 10 meters.
I'm gonna pop a frag over it.
Yeah, firm, frag it, frag it.
Frag out. Frag.
Stevens, frag out.
I just saw his upper body. He's behind these rocks bearing 043.
Okay, Bravo, can you base a fire? Alpha will maneuver on him.
Copy that.
Putting in fresh maggot.
Moving left.
Mike, do you want me to pull back to you? I'm a little bit in front of it.
Okay.
Have you got good cover there?
Oh yeah.
Hold there then.
Pushing left.
Pushing with.
Where the fuck
Putting
is he?
smoke out. I'm putting smoke out.
Roger.
Give us some little cover.
Oh, I killed him. He's done.
Good deal.
That's not the same guy. Hang on. I saw a different fucking shirt.
There's two guys here. There's two dead guys.
Yeah. Wait, there's two?
Yeah, there's two.
Yeah,
Where?
two
Where's
dead
the second?
bodies.
Cyrus, keep on me. Cyrus, keep on me.
Keeping on you, but we're open on the other side.
I know.
Where the fuck is he?
Coming around. Friendly's coming up. Friendly's coming back up. Friendly's back up on me. Okay.
Alright, guys. I can only assume this has been cleared out at this point. I don't see anybody else fucking crawling around in here.
Christ. I saw a check shirt and neither of these guys had check shirts.
Oh, great. Fucking MG there.
Motherfucker.
Hey, get more smoke out and then we're gonna cross to the rocks.
Alpha's gonna get more smoke out, and then we're gonna cross the rocks. Bravo, hold until we get to cover over there.
Copy that.
Smoke out right.
Hey, Harvin?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's no way for us to get a mic over here. Can you give me some morphine?
Again.
There's no way for us to get a mic here because there is no mic. Can I get some
stand
morphine?
by on
I'm
that
almost
mic.
blind.
Yeah, send it up and make sure it gets approved.
Aries, this is Havoc 4.
Yeah. Stevens, this is Spike.
Aries, interrogative, any possibility of getting some medical treatment for Corporal Pike? He's having some visual problems from pain. Over.
Stevens, this is Spike.
Stand by.
You cannot get visual assessment from Ares.
Affirm.
Unless it is game breaking, no.
Affirm. Pike, go ahead and use morphine on supply. Once you guys got that excuse me. Once you guys got that taken care of, round up to us as fast as you possibly can. Then I want you guys to sweep around left as we move around right.
Copy that, bro. I was moving up.
Pike, have you got any pain left?
No, that cleared up nicely.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was that grenade, like, made me basically blind.
Let us know when you guys move up around left.
Pushing left, time now.
Copy, Alpha, moving right.
Be advised, it's a very steep essentially cliffside to the ocean here. We're not going to be able to see a lot.
Hey, firm, we're coming cresting up top now.
Okay, Bravo, don't push too far along the beach side. Start pushing up towards the hillside.
That's a firm, go and push online with us.
I've got some sandbags, looks like a compound, bearing 059. Closed doors, could be targets inside. There is targets inside. I see one guy, weapon down, bearing 058, behind sandbags. I would say 150 meters up.
Get cover.
A firm, grab cover, we'll engage as, we'll have Bravo move up around the left side.
Roger, I got a clear shot.
You got a clear shot out in the open.
Got one person over this way.
We got good defilade here.
Let's see.
Go and engage.
Boats behind us, Bravo, boats behind us.
Alpha shift.
Bravo,
Alex,
turn
quiet,
around.
Oh,
hold
shit.
our position. Everyone else, engage the boat. Cyrus, hold our security. Alpha on me, Alpha on me.
That boat's been rendered useless. Bearing 310, all targets down.
Still taking
Negative,
impact,
still
no
fire.
direction. More audible, more audible.
Yeah, that boat's down.
Second boat.
Everyone in that boat's down.
Second boat's
It's jumping around
driver's
in circles,
dead.
guy's dead.
One at a time, guys, come on.
Another boat coming in, another boat. Wait for Alright, hold fire, hold fire, hold fire, hold fire.
There's one guy still swimming, bearing 301. Two guys swimming.
Eyes on, engage him.
I'm gonna be watching by. Bearing 3063.
Got two guys bearing 302.
Okay, better hit them while they're in the water. There you go.
What's up?
Alright, all targets down. I need to reconsolidate back towards the compound. We gotta engage fast, they know right where we're at. So, want Bravo to start shifting around left. Alpha's gonna hold base of fire. Get into the fucking tree line right now.
Copy that.
Thanks.
Bravo's moving around left.
Once you guys get some cover, let us know. We'll start pushing up on.
We've got a sandbag bunker to our east.
Contact bearing 046. Looks like fire team. Move it in on you.
Copy, we haven't got any cover right here. Bravo, hold ass to the nearest available cover. We're going to have contact age close.
Roger.
Alpha lift fire. Alpha lift fire. We're gonna be crossing on Bravos. Alpha, push up online with me.
Moving. Audible. Target behind us. He's done.
Good shit. Keep pushing up.
Keep an eye on the left
Eyes on
side.
watchtower.
This beach.
Yep.
I'll keep an eye on the right.
Contact in it. Dropped him.
Looks like a snake just crawled into this guy, dead guy's.
Bravo,
mouth.
go ahead and start pushing up.
Copy that, we're pushing.
Guns up, Bravo.
Some. Stars, make sure, Falk, make sure you keep checking our 6er.
Roger.
Stars, I got better eyes out towards our 6. I'll keep eyes that way.
Affirm.
Roger,
This
I've got
is
a 3.
Bravo. We are now north of the objective. We're going to clear out this rock face where we took the contact from, and then we'll set up ready for the push-in.
Copy. Let us know when you're set.
Okay.
Audible boat. Bravo. Disregard last, or rather, hurry up on last Alpha. Continue to push in. We move into the compound for cover.
Roger.
Copy that.
That boat sounded like it stopped.
Bearing on the boat was 253 from Bravo's position.
Audible from it.
This is Bravo. We're clear over here.
I'm up, I went down.
Alpha, I say again, Bravo is clear of their objective. We're ready to push in.
Bravo, push in. Time now.
Let's go. Yeah, PID targets.
Audible inside compound. We still got guys at that boat, most likely. Watch our,
Remember, Bravo.
Gonna push up on that wall.
Copy that. Remember, Bravo, we have a hostage situation. Don't throw any frags into this compound.
Green smoke for cover.
2 flashes prep.
I'm with you.
Okay, we're good to push around.
Eyes on hostage.
Alpha, this is Bravo. Be advised, we are pushing into compound time net.
Let's go.
that guy looks like he's done.
Immersion break. I can't seem to drag.
Okay, I got him.
If I can.
Hostage is in.
Bravo, you had one target inside that building. Not sure if he's down or not, but I
Got
shot
it.
him.
Get in here, Web.
Cover me.
Yeah, this building's clear.
Roger. Covering our 6.
Our hostage is KIA.
Web, interrogative. Was he up when you spotted him through the window?
Confirm.
Okay, second interrogative. Did you shoot through the window?
Yes, but it was not at him.
We got more contacts outside. We can't keep doing this.
So there was 2 guys in this building. We should have waited to flash. I'm assuming you shot one, and then the other guy probably shot the hostage.
Okay, get inside the fucking barricade.
Roger. My leg's shot.
Right, Harmon, Web, clear at that final building.
Confirm. 2 set.
Iron it.
Confirm hostages, KIA.
Looks good going in.
Hostage
right.
is indeed KIA.
That's clear.
Looks like it may have possibly been our fault.
Ares is Havoc 4.
Send for Ares.
Ares is Havoc 4. Be advised, hostages KIA. We are requesting immediate extract from AO.
Contact down. Bearing 253.
Be advised, having 4. Once last contacts are done, we'll debrief there.
I have 4 copies all. Havoc 4, hold this position. Extract is inbound. We need to deal with these contacts as best we can.
Roger. Audible sounds like bearing 025 outside the compound. I'm out of fucking ammo. Web, we're right there. Literally down. Fuck. Sorry.
Yeah, we should have flashed and cleared it out. But
Stevens is down. He got shot multiple fucking times.
Fuck, I got him. Get covered.
Watching 6.
Manage him.
Hey folks.
Be advised, I also have Hartman down on my location.
How was your training? Because
Copy,
this is my
Suits, back
training.
up.
Shit.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I got myself cover.
I need to get myself. I got fucked.
Watching our 6.
Audible voices.
Alright, push him off.
Drag out.
Okay, well, okay, get fucking sweet.
Let's grab diagnose first.
Mine is. Actually, no, this has been pretty good. Been a good day.
Now push him off in.
Audible close to my position.
Push left.
Roger.
Thumbs up.
Welcome back.
Guy who took me down was out to the north.
Copy.
Crossing.
Sure, we got good 360, guys.
Roger. I've still got our east.
Say again, east?
Yeah, I'm watching east from where we came.
Roger.
Be advised, folks, that is west.
Wait. Holy fuck.
Okay, watching east.
Sorry.
That's why I asked you to say it again, because I was confused.
Right, sorry.
Alright,
We got this
Alpha
little-
on me, we're gonna patrol around this rock, just double check it. I know I heard Audible out here. Oh.
Audible sounds like helicopter. Southeast.
Yeah, confirm.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sure.
Eyes on Phoenix
yeah.
coming in southeast.
That's not very
Copy.
outside those I can see.
Hopping in
time. But yeah, unfortunately, ultimately 2 fill-ins total.
Wait, smoke pocket.
Oh no, disregard. I'll leave 3 fill-ins total.
Keep the security up until we're ready to move.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it's the best I can. But definitely, yeah, that's when the birds coming in, so there should be a plan.
Right, Havoc 4, start moving, bearing 073.
Alright, copy, let's go.
Set it in D.
Negative, body check.
Copy.
And a person with audio inside bunker. Keep checking.
Havoc 4, circle. Index.
Nachi. Web, do you disconnect deliberately?
No, went black and wouldn't do anything past that.
Copy.
Alright.
Sergeant Tosco, have a force all here.
All right. Okay. So that is mission failure. The hostage was shot and killed by us. So we'll go over that more in depth at the end, but that is where we stand right now. Movement to the peninsula. First contact being at the roadblock. That was handled well.
Yeah.
Initial herringbone. Put you guys, I think that's south of the roadblock. And then you guys were on the higher point with rock cover and defilade, so you guys moved appropriately to handle the roadblock that was set up. That was very well done.
We took contact about here.
Problems started to arise when you guys started to move towards the peninsula. First, it was the sniper. The sniper was handled very nicely. I will never say no to HE on a sniper. So that is exactly how I would like to see snipers be fucked in Havoc 4. Next was the MG by the bunker. At that point, Sergeant Stevens, you said you wanted to do away with the Vics. The Vics are more or less bulletproof. So when moving across big open gaps like that, it's not a bad idea to maybe like pick up a Vic or two and then push it to cover instead of running using smoke. At least then you have something to hide behind if you want to dismount and return fire. Next, boats. Those boats snuck up on you every time. No one was keeping the 360 up and looking for a QRF from the enemy. They got too close for comfort. And then the guys swimming in the water, I have no idea why. They were like, oh, yeah, let's dismount in the water, guys. But you guys handled them pretty nicely, I'd say. Movement onto the compound. There were 2 fire teams spread out on the island, including the garrison with the hostage. The first fire team, I think you guys handled as an entire detachment, and they went down pretty quick. The second fire team was handled by Alpha, and I think that got a little dicey, but then you guys handled it pretty well either way. Movement on from, I think it was Bravo, onto the compound. I wasn't watching it too closely, but it looked pretty good. Momentum was good, and when you guys took contact, you were able to relieve that contact of his life rather quickly. Next, last, the hostage. I think it was Bravo. Was Bravo the ones scoping out the house?
Affirm, Sergeant.
When you guys were on the back side of that house, well, I think you guys were on the back side of that house, and someone tried to shoot into the building at a guy, right?
Affirm, Sergeant. That was Specialist Webb. Me and Harbin were beginning to push right into the front.
Webb, you shot the hostage. The gentleman you killed first was the hostage, and then the guy you killed after him was a hostile. The guy was holding the hostage in his arms as a type of meat shield from the door, and then you came in from behind, which was a good idea, but you still shot the hostage. So you need to properly ID your targets. Visibility sucks right now. So were you using your NVGs?
Negative.
Maybe look into using some NVGs.
So, Sergeant, I just want sorry to interrupt on that. I'll look around, and I don't see anybody have any NVGs on. I don't know about you guys, but I can't make out shit on this island in this visibility. NVGs, at least for me, is providing a lot better contrast. I can actually see people that were moving around in it. So I don't know if that's something you guys just didn't try to do, or you tried and you prefer not to have it. but consider that as an option, and especially in this kind of twilight hour.
Can I know other people have questions and comments, but can I add something on to Sergeant in regards to the hostage situation?
Send it.
So in that situation, I've already spoke it through with Webb, but you should never engage anyone inside a building that has a confirmed hostage unless we are ready to clear it. It was my intent to flash and clear that with Hardman before Webb started engaging the hostiles through the windows. I will say, Webb, if you did say that you were engaging hostiles, I would have said no. However, I didn't hear you call anything out. You just started shooting. So obviously we weren't ready to go in at that time. So communication needs to be improved in that situation. But yeah, never shoot through any windows unless we are ready to go in there ourselves to clear that out. Because it's all too easy for a hostile who's hiding from a window to turn around and shoot the hostage anyway. That was all, Sergeant.
Specialist Webb, you have a question in regards to that?
Actually, I was trying to get in regards to water. Is water bulletproof in the game?
No.
Negative. I was killing a couple in there. It's just you have to hit them pretty precisely.
Mm-hmm. The bullet's not gonna travel through water. Well, I think it is a little bit, but they stop pretty nicely in water if you hit it. You were splashing all around the four gentlemen in the water, but you only ended up getting them either after like 1,000 shots of through water or one nice shot on his dome. I don't see comments or questions, so if you have something, just Sergeant Stevens.
Yeah, I affirm, Sergeant. So first of all, and comment to the movement down here. So it's been my experience, both in trainings from us and just outside, that those Humvees are pretty much tinfoil to an MG. I remember multiple times watching you get domed inside of a Humvee. So I figured moving up on this peninsula built with bounding cover was a better, including onto that bunker was better use. Unfortunately, I didn't realize is that how sparse that cover was between the two. Once Bravo got into position, I said, "Oh, fuck it, we're gonna have to level that bunker again." So that was the only comment on that I had. In general, though, I felt like our movement was actually pretty good together. Even with the speed of it coming across the pencil, it was a little slow at times, but I think part of that was because we needed to really plan our movements out because of the cover was very sparse between some areas. I will say, and this is something for you private folk and really for everybody, but it gets better with time. But when a move order is given, you got to move immediately. It's one of those things that we can't wait around. It has to happen with a fucking quickness. The captain expects us to be moving on him with a fucking quickness, and Sergeant Tosco and myself will always expect you guys to be moving on us with a fucking quickness as well. So, otherwise, other than mission failure with the hostage dead, I have no complaints about this training. I hope you guys get something good out of it, at least at some point or another.
Sergeant Hardman? If you're done, Sergeant Stevens?
I am done.
Sergeant Hardman, you have anything?
Thank you both. I don't have anything serious, so I'll hold my comment for the end.
Let's see, your Private Folk had a comment. Actually, before we go to that, Corporal Pike.
Yep.
Thank you, Sergeants. The only thing that I needed to add on to my previous comment is tonight, again, radio comms were pretty messy. People started talking over each other, especially when we got into the thick of it. When those boats ran up on us from behind, everything went to shit. Everyone was talking over each other. People were moving around. They were spraying all their ammo. Like, I don't know what happened there, and I don't know why it happened, but it's something we definitely need to work on. It's twice in 2 nights now where we've had comms issues. Let's try and tidy it up, guys. Come on. That was all I had, Sergeant.
Thank you. And to touch on that again, comms last night during the op were shit. And tonight, I was monitoring 4-1, and I almost forgot about it until Pike said something. But comms said right just now were shit. There were times where Stevens was on the net saying something, doesn't matter what the fuck it was, and someone would immediately chime up and say something stupid. Shut the fuck up. If Stevens, Pike, Hardman, me are on 4-1 and we're saying shit, important shit, shut up. There is no reason to be talking. You can save your comment about contact or whatever it is, unless it's a fucking tank. Save it till after we're done.
Yep. And to elaborate on that, guys, even if we're in the middle of a fire mission, you got a fucking armored vehicle or close contact troops jump up, something that we need to immediately know. It's like we don't know this the second we're going to die, then jump in with break. And
if the
fine.
tank is that far away.
Yeah, we all know what the fuck that means. If something is immediately going to kill us, if we don't know about it, break, and we will shut up. But as Sergeant Husko said, if we're in the middle of relaying information, an order, a fire mission, whatever it is, make sure we're not walking on top of each other. Anything else, Corporal Pike?
No, that was all I had. Thank you, Sergeant.
Go down the comments list here. Private Falk, you had a comment?
Yeah, I have a couple of things. First, my question was in that.
First, my question, Sergeant.
Sorry, Sergeant Tosco and Stevens. And Hardman. My first question was about the hostage situation. How many hostiles were in the building where the hostage was located?
2.
Just 2?
It was 2.
Okay. I was just wondering. I didn't know if I contributed to that. I mean, I guess clusterfuck, we'll call it, inside the hostage situation. I shot someone in the window, and I didn't know the protocol was to not do that until you're ready to breach and clear. So I will keep that in mind going forward. Also, from what I got from your comment, Stevens, Sergeant Stevens, should I not be calling like these contacts like all of the time? Because I call everything I see all of the time.
No.
Should that not be
You
the
need to call
case?
contacts. That's fine. Call contacts. I have no problem with you calling contacts. But if here, let's demonstrate. This is what would happen. Pike, fire mission. Bearing 452. Fire missions bearing 452 range. And then I'd hear somebody go, contact 545, whatever, right? Somebody would jump in the middle of a fucking fire mission with a contact.
At which point, I've lost my fire mission. I don't know what the fuck the bearing is or anything like that. It's so easy to break it.
So yeah, calling contacts is important, and we expect you to do that. But just make sure, if it's not an immediate threat, it can wait, right?
Roger. That was all I had. Thank you.
Follow-on comment, if I can, Sergeant.
Send
it.
Thank you both. The only thing I was going to say, Hulk, if you're in a situation where you have, that danger close contact and people are going to die and that sort of thing, that fire mission is still important. Find a person and yell at them that isn't the gunner or the squad lead. Find one of the AGs, find the Bravo squad lead if they're not currently engaged in doing something. Find, if there's someone from the rifle platoon nearby, something like that. There are other options rather than just keying up 4-1 and talking over traffic.
Yeah, hell, just scream it out loud if you need to. Like, someone's gonna hear you.
Yeah, so that was the only thing I was going to say, is that if, you can still get help to deal with that contact and still let those guys put out that fire mission. Both things can be true at the same time. That was all I had.
Alright, if you have a comment or question, we're all men here, just speak up. Nothing?
Doesn't look like it, Sergeant.
Going once, going twice, 3 times. We're gone. Alright. Good work today, gentlemen. We do have the operation coming up in like an hour and a half. Is briefing, and then another hour after that is the op. If you're thinking about filling in, highly recommended as always. If it is your op, cough, cough, Sergeant Stevens, cough, cough, Corporal Pike. Don't fuck up.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Have a good one. You're all dismissed.
Am I the only one that can see the pilot doing like a jig in front of the head of the car?
Okay, so we are done. Have a good one.